What's good? I'm IceG3 3000 to be exact, and I'm super excited to bring you a brand new Dynasty mode in NCAA 06 playing on the NCAA Next 23 mod. Listen, man, I really loved this game growing up, and I really wanted to just kind of bring it back and refresh it. Playing on the NCAA Next 23 mod, those guys really did a great job of giving the game a facelift and kind of making it feel more up to date. And I just really wanted to have some fun with this game, and so I hope you guys enjoyed this series that I'm going to bring you. I hope you guys comment down below. We're going to be doing some really cool things that I want to be interactive with you all, right? So we're going to have a brand new university. We're going to have a coach storyline. We're going to do some recruiting. We're going to have some player storylines, some rivalries, all types of stuff, man. I'm just going to have a whole lot of fun with this game, and I hope you guys enjoy this series. And so without any further talking, hey, let's get into it. Welcome to the University of Seattle, home to your Blue Sharks. Listen, we got a brand new, absolutely stunning campus, beautiful facilities, a really great place to come and go to school, and not to mention play some football. So we got a brand new stadium we're super excited to unveil, new facilities, state-of-the-art stuff, and what better place than the city of Seattle? We're located in downtown Seattle, only about 5 miles away from our in-state rival, the University of Washington. And listen, man, if you know anything about having a rival or somebody you just don't rock with, there's nothing worse than having them close to you, okay? So with that being said, anytime we see them, it's on site. No holds bars, no smoke, ducked, nothing like that. We don't like them, they don't like us. That's a known fact. In fact, they've already made some first moves in graffitiing our campus. Some of our statues and things that we really wanted to provide for our students to get them excited about coming to school, they came and did that. They've also been putting out ads throughout the city, just kind of running a smear campaign against our school. And look, man, we're not having it, okay? So anytime our schools match up throughout the season, it is going to be a battle for the city of Seattle. And trust me, these are games that you don't want to miss. So with us being a brand new football program in the Pac-12, we're really going to try to make a statement, right? Not only beating our rivals every year, but we want to show the rest of this conference that we're here to stay and we're actually here to dominate. And so you'll see throughout the season, man, we're going to have some tough competition. We're going to have some ups and downs, and we're going to be building from the ground up. And part of that is just going to come to the coaching staff and some decisions that we'll make. And speaking of coaching staff, let's go ahead and introduce our brand new head coach, Coach John Hughes. Coach Hughes is a graduate from the University of Houston, where he played wide receiver for 4 years, and in his last 2 years, he was a first-team All-American selection. While he was there, he also ran track and field, running the Open 400 and the 4x1 relay, which contributed to a lot of his success on the field. So when I tell you Coach Hughes was fast, the boy had wheels, okay? After his collegiate career, he was good enough to go ahead and participate in the NFL Combine, where he caught the eye of a few scouts running a 4.2 40 and was good enough to make it to the Miami practice squad. But that's where his football career as a player would end and his coaching career begin. He stayed in the Miami area and became a high school coach, winning 3 state titles in a 5-year span, which caught the eyes of a lot of college programs around the country, one of them being our very own University of Seattle, where he would decide to take the coaching position and try and lead this team to some great things. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the coaching report card for Coach John Hughes in his first season. So right off the bat, you can see we don't have a win-loss record, obviously, with this being our first season, but they do give us a few different ratings that we'll take a look at. The first one, Coach Prestige, sitting right at a 2-star out of 6, which is not super impressive, but also not to be surprised with, given that this is his first collegiate coaching job. So basically that kind of translates to our recruiting efforts and trying to get guys to come to the school. Not going to get a whole lot of pull based off our prestige, but hey, you know, we'll build on that as the season goes along and try to get that up to a respectable level. The other thing we'll see here is our job security. Job security sitting right at about 50%. Not terrible starting off. Obviously they want to see what we'll be able to do as the season progresses, but we'll try to just stay competitive and get the program to a good place where that security will always be 100% and we don't have to worry about that. Now looking at our average attendance, or our projected average attendance for the first game, at least we're looking at right about 8,000, almost 8,500, which is not terrible, but with the fan base that I know we have, we can definitely get those numbers up, and we want to put fans in those seats. We want to see you come out and show out to these games, right? So we're going to try to put some wins together and really kind of build this program to get our fans, get our student section something to look forward to and make sure they come out to these games. So now if we get into the contract for Coach Hughes' first year, gave him a 3-year contract just to kind of play it safe, give him a chance to actually build this program up and see what we can do. And the board actually gave him 3 goals that we need to make sure we hit within those first 3 years. So the first one here is going to be to beat our primary rival, which is the University of Washington. As I already told you, we not rocking with them at all. So this is a must-win game. If we don't beat the University of Washington, the season might as well be a failure. Okay, so that's going to be one of the most important things that we need to do. Second is to receive a bowl bid. And now this is not an unattainable goal. This is not something that's actually a shocker, as we're expecting some success this year, but we also know that this is going to be a team that we're going to have to build from the ground up, and it's going to take some work. So to receive a bowl bid, we'll definitely have to put in that work, and we'll definitely have to come correct this year, especially being in the Pac-12, super tough conference, but it's not something that we can't do, and it's something that we're definitely going to try to achieve in the first season, if not, the first 3 seasons. And then the last one here, beat USC. The board is absolutely beside themselves with this, especially if they expect this in the first year. Like, come on, bro. But like I said, we're not ducking no smoke. We're definitely trying to let the Pac-12 know that this is finna be our conference. At least that's what we're going to try to do. And so to try to beat USC, I'll be honest, it's going to be very tough, as they're going to have a super stout recruiting class every year. They're going to have some of the best athletes, but that doesn't go without saying. We're definitely going to come out there and try to get a victory, especially every time we play them. And so we're going to try to do that within our first 3 seasons to beat USC. So with all that being said, to get this team to a place that we're going to be, we really are going to have to do a lot of recruiting. And you'll see here as we go into our team depth chart kind of what I'm talking about. But one of the main things we want to get here is speed. We need some guys to fly around the field, and that's one thing that John Hughes is going to really focus on, trying to get some athletes with some speed and to try to take the offense and defense up to the next level. Especially in this conference that we're in, we're really going to need some playmakers. So speaking of playmakers, let's go ahead and take a look at our roster and take a look at some of the players that we're going to have this season. So starting at the quarterback position, we got Joe Lovelady, who's a redshirt junior, standing 6'2", 187 pounds, tendency as a pocket passer, overall 90s, speed as a 68, strength 40. This guy right here is not going to impress you with his uber athleticism, but this kid is somebody we're going to look to incorporate in our offense a ton. Being in the Pac-12, man, I feel like we're going to really have to air the ball out in order to stay competitive, and we're really putting a lot of the offense on this kid's shoulders. So I'm expecting to see a lot out of Lovelady this season, and we'll see what he can do. So then coming as a backup behind him, we got Jamarcus Thurman, who's coming in at 85 overall. And then our third string, Wesley Love, redshirt junior, at an 82 overall. So our quarterback group is honestly not too bad. And so we'll see how this group gets it done throughout the season. So now going to our running back group, we got Trey Vincent, who's a redshirt sophomore, standing 5'11", 218 pounds. Only coming in at a 76 overall with 90 speed, 65 strength. I would honestly like to see a better rating out of this running back here, but I am expecting him to be able to produce for us when his number is called on. I don't know if he'll really wow us and get any top highlights or anything like that, but I think between the tackles and kind of making the spurt run here and there, I think we'll see some good production out of Trey Vincent. So then our backup running back, Rodney Edwards, is a redshirt sophomore. Also 76 overall, 90 speed, and a 65 strength. This kid right here was actually fighting for the #1 spot in spring training, and it could have went on either way, honestly. The deciding factor, honestly, was on the defensive side of the ball. So given that this roster is lacking some athletes, we actually have Rodney playing a little bit of defense as well. So we don't want to have him starting on both sides of the ball, because we kind of need him to preserve his stamina if we do have to call his number on defense. But you will see Rodney get some snaps at the running back position, and given that he has some good speed on him, I'm expecting some good things out of this kid, and so we'll see. And then wrapping up the running back group, we got Ray Cunningham coming in at 74 overall. Looking at our fullback, we only have one, who is Lorenzo Garrett, coming in at 82 overall, which honestly is not bad per position wise, but we probably won't be featuring our fullback too much in this offense. So hopefully he can just kind of make some blocks here and there when his number's called on, and we'll see what we can get out of Garrett there. Then get into our receiver group. We have Jared Glover, 6'2", 206-pound junior, who is coming in at a 91 overall, which I think is our highest rated player on this roster. 94 speed, 52 strength. This kid is an absolute unit, and somebody we're going to really, like I said, we're going to air the ball out a lot, and he's going to get a lot of targets. So we need a ton of production out of this kid if we want to be successful this season. So we need Jared Glover to come through, and we're expecting some good things from this kid. So we'll see. Behind him, we got Brandon Buckley, who's standing 6 foot, 190 pounds, 78 overall, 78 speed, 48 strength. Numbers won't wow you, to be honest, but the one thing I will say about this kid is he is as sure-handed as receivers come. You need a guy to come down with a catch. We're looking for Buckley. Bringing up our third string wide receiver, also playing a little bit of slot, we got Dallas Higgins. Now this kid right here surprised a lot of coaches in spring training when he really made himself out to be a playmaker, flat out. So we're going to look to try to get this guy in some space and maybe get him some run after the catch yards. And we're going to expect him to be one of our secondary playmakers on this from this receiving group. So I'm expecting big things out of Higgins, especially given that he's only a redshirt sophomore. We got some time to develop him as well. So that should be good. Then wrapping up the receiver group, we got Zay Miller, who's another shifty receiver, only coming in at 5'10", 175 pounds. This kid is going to be another run after the catch guy. You might see him a lot in the special teams, kick return, punt return, those types of things. See if he can just make a play for us and get some field position there. And so that's what we're looking for out of Zay Miller. Next, we got our tight ends. Bruce Baxter coming in 74 overall. And then behind him, we got Bill McBride coming in 72 overall. These guys we're kind of looking at as safety valves if we have to. We're probably not going to feature the tight ends too much. Just really asking these guys to do their job. So then get into our offensive line. I'll tell you right now, our offensive line is needs some help. Okay, so when we're recruiting, this is going to be some of the positions that we're looking to recruit for. I know we said we wanted speed, but we all know the job gets done. The game is won and lost between offensive and defensive line, and right now we need some help here. So just looking at these guys, we got Trent Williams coming in at a 76 overall. Behind him, Bobby White, 74 overall, and then Greg Jenkins at a 68. At the left guard position, we got Josh Carey, 76. And we got Craig Purcell at a 70, and then we got Greg Jenkins at a 68 again. Then looking at our starting center, who's also going to be our offensive captain, we got Tim Jackson, and we're really going to be expecting a lot out of him to try to orchestrate this offensive line and get these guys together. But he's looking at coming in at a 78 overall with an 84 strength, which is not terrible. And he's only a junior, so we might get another year out of him. Hopefully we can get him up to about an 80. But then behind him, we got Greg Jenkins, who's at 74. And then behind him, we got Bobby White again at a 65. Now looking at the right side of our line, which is going to be the weakness of our offense. If I could put a pinpoint and say we have one, it's going to be the right side of this line. So you can see we're actually starting a left guard by nature at the right guard position because, frankly, we just don't have a good right guard. So we got Craig Purcell coming in at 70 overall. We got Greg Jenkins, 68, and then Trent Williams at a 68, backing those two guys up. Then looking at our right tackle, once again, we have another guy out of position, but we had to do what we had to do. Bobby White, 74 overall, and then behind him, we got Stephen Hardy at a 65, and then Greg Jenkins again at a 68. So now moving to the defensive side of the line, we got Dominic Justice as a left end, and this kid is a senior, 6'2", 274, so he's got decent size, tendency as a pass rusher, so we're hoping, maybe he gets some disruptions and maybe a batted ball or, quarterback pressure here and there. But coming in at a 68 overall, I don't think he's going to give us too much, but we're hoping he can just have a good senior year and really give us a chance to get the offense back on the field whenever he's out there. Behind him, we got Dominique Ortiz coming in at a 59, and then Kyle Fine at a 59 as well. Moving over to the right side of the line, we got George Smith, who's a freshman, coming in at 6'3", 229 pounds, 68 overall, which I'm not too mad about because he is a freshman. So we do have some time to develop this kid, honestly, if we don't recruit in that same position. So we'll see what we got out of him. Then behind him again, we got Dominic Ortiz at 59 overall and Kyle Fine at 59 overall once again. So now looking at our defensive line, D tackle specifically, these guys need to go to the gym. 65, 59, and 59. This is probably going to be what hurts us a lot on defense this season. These guys just simply probably not ready for the Pac-12, but that's not going to stop us. We're going to use what we got. We're going to use the players that we got, and we're going to make the most out of it. So we got Robert Greer, Charlie Washington, and Marcus Bonds as our top 3 D tackles, and we're really just going to try to see if these guys can just hold up, plug up the holes, and make a play here and there. So now I'll get into our linebackers. Starting left outside linebacker, we got Dustin Matthews, who's a redshirt senior. He's got a tendency as a run stopper, which honestly we probably need given how bad the D tackles are. If they get through the first level, we really need that second level to kind of step up and make some plays. And this guy's only coming in at a 65 overall, 65 speed, 62 strength, so not giving him too much credit, but we will need to call upon his number if the other team is really running all over us. So we'll see what we got there. Then behind him, we got Damon Ricks at a 52 overall, and then Will Morton also at 52 overall. So now we get to our middle linebacker. We got Deuce McGee. He's a junior, 6'2", 251, so he's got some good size there. Also coming in at a 59 overall, not super impressive. Like I said, we just need these guys to make plays. So then behind him, we got Ricks and Morton again, 52 and 44 respectively. Then on our right outside linebacker, we got Shannon Troop, and this guy here is actually going to be an impact player for us. If we need someone to make a play on defense, it's likely going to be this guy. If we need a forced fumble, strip sack, maybe even an interception at the linebacker position, we're going to be really leaning on this guy to kind of make some plays for us and get our offense back on the field. So he's coming in at a 65 overall, and he has 72 speed, which is actually really good for his position. Like I said, really need him to make some plays if he can. So then we got Ricks and Morton as backups once again. So now getting to our secondary, and they definitely are secondary, because looking at this group right here, 62, 59, and 59. Oh, brother. Anyways, Kevin McKinley, he's a senior, standing 5'11", 190. Like I said, 62 overall, 74 speed, which is almost even worse than his overall at the cornerback position, 44 strength. This guy, look, man, we'll be running a lot of zone. I'm going to tell you that right now. Then we got Brandon Williams behind him, who's also a senior, standing 5'10", 180. Coming in at a 59 overall with 76 speed, 44 strength. Also, nothing to write home about, man. I'm really nervous. But then we got Rodney Edwards. Like I told you guys before, he does play running back, but he will be getting some snaps on the defensive side of the ball, mainly because he's one of the fastest guys we have on our team. And if we are facing a team who's taking the top of our defense with the pass, we're going to match this guy up with probably their best receiver and see if he can just keep up with him and make a play here and there. So now moving on to our safeties, we got Charles Roberts, 6'2", 190, coming in at 59 overall. I don't see nothing special, but this guy is a sophomore, so maybe we'll be able to kind of build some confidence into this kid and get him to be able to play at a level that we're expecting. Behind him, we got Tyrone Wright, and then once again, our do-it-all Rodney Edwards at third string in case all hell breaks loose and we need some help. So then at our strong safety position, we got AJ Hubbard, redshirt sophomore, 62 overall, 85 speed, which I'm not mad at, 52 strength. This guy should be solid for us and kind of make some plays in that secondary, maybe come up and make a few hits here and there. Then behind him, we got Sean Ramsey, who is a redshirt freshman, 59 overall. And then once again, we'll see Edwards just kind of playing the cleanup. Then our kicker, we got Tate Fenton, who's a redshirt freshman, 68 overall. Hopefully these games don't come down to a field goal. If they do, look, man, we just need you to make the kick. All right, that's all we got you to do. That's all you need to do. That's all you have to do. Just do it for us, okay? Please. So then our punter is Patrick Rice, who's a 52 overall. And honestly, if this season takes a turn for the worse, we may not be doing too much punting anyway. It may be a 4-down territory throughout the whole field, so we'll see. But anyways, man, I think it goes without saying, I am super excited for this new dynasty with our new university, our new head coach and rosters, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am, because I'm having a blast. But anyways, next episode, we're actually going to be getting into our recruit board and getting into our first game against the University of Buffalo. So you guys don't want to miss that. And like I said before, if you actually want to see your name in this game on our team, comment down below, and I'm going to try to put you guys on the recruit board and see if we can get some playmakers in here, man, because as you can see, we're going to need to build this thing from the ground up. So with all that being said, man, that is your roster for year one, University of Seattle Blue Sharks. I'm Ice G3, 3000 to be exact. I'm super happy you guys tagged along to watch this video and join this journey with me. Like this video, comment down below, man. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys and trying to get you guys into this game on the recruit board. And really excited to show you guys episode 2. And so I will see you all in the next episode. There's 2nd and 15. Lovelady gonna drop back again, looking for Buckley on the right hand side. He might have a catch.